We're going right back in time. This is about a year ago. This is our first time off our property to go somewhere else, and this somewhere else is at my friend Susie Gibson's yard. She was my show jumping coach for my old horse, and I brought Treacle here to see her when she was on loan to me, so that Susie could assess her, see what she was made of, and to see if she was worth me investing time in and actually buying her. So you can see us here running around a little bit. It's a bit chaotic. She's avoiding the contact at all times. I'm trying to keep a light as seat as possible. Susie's having me move my seat forward and back as we approach the pole in the corner, and to go light, then I'm to rock back so she feels the difference in weight. We're going to try and slow her down using my seat. That was the plan. It went quite well. She responded a couple of times, but she was pretty hectic. Her brain was all over the show, which you can't blame her at this point. She hadn't been ridden in 5 years. She'd been spending her time out in a field, eating grass and chilling out, having babies. So she was really good, actually. The fact that this was the first time we'd taken her somewhere else. So as you can see, we're still trying to avoid the contact at all points, but literally Susie was just trying to get me to have a nice light contact with her mouth and to not force any issue, just to let her find her own balance, really. And that's what we did in this session. We came to the conclusion that she'd handled everything really well. She'd handled the travel in there really well. She didn't get too stressed out with the work that we were doing, so we decided that she was worth taking a chance on and for me to buy her. So this is a bit later on, a couple of weeks later, I think. I had bought her by this point, and we were just starting to introduce her to some poles on the ground, getting the jumps out so she could see what was going to be in her future. So we just tried to get a little bit more contact. As you can see, I'm just trying to stay in a light position as much as possible, trying to keep the contact consistent, even though it was so difficult because obviously she throws her head. She was fighting against it. She is quite balanced. It wasn't an awful ride for me. I felt like she was balanced enough, so I was able to keep that light seat, and we were able to get some quite nice steps of trot in this time. I felt like she was starting to listen to me a lot more. We were starting to get nice forward. She was always forward, which was always nice. So that was always good to work with. I didn't have to constantly remind her to go forward. I know some thoroughbreds can be quite lazy and you constantly having to use your leg. I was really, really blessed that I didn't have to do that with her. So we're going to go over some trotting poles, I think, this side. I think she missteps them. A couple of times she jumped over the whole lot, so that was fun. I think also when she did go over the trotting poles, you could see the potential there for having the great trot that she's starting to develop now. So yeah, there was lots of potential. Every ride that we had, she gave us something new and special. I think this time on our way around, I think she does a little mini rear. Don't know whether it was a spook at something or whether she was feeling uncomfortable, but she takes off in the air in a minute, and she bolted across the arena, but we brought her back and she was fine, and she composed herself, and we carried on with some more trotting poles. And here you see she gets the striding just right, and it was videos like that when I watched them back that I was really, really pleased with her. And again, over the trotting poles here with her lunging aid on, when she was working correctly, she really powered through from behind, and it was nice to see. So she started to get used to those trotting poles, and she did really well. So for those of you with ex-race horses, the next clip is a nerve-wracking one. I know that you probably all have been through it, where you've taken them to a venue for the first time. It's a little bit scary because you don't know what to expect. So this was our first time going somewhere on our own. We took her over the road to a local venue where they run dressage competitions, and we ran through some dressage tests. Here you can see us doing the worst centre line that possibly has ever been recorded in history. But it was fun, and the main thing was she really behaved herself and we had a great day out. So thanks for watching this, guys. I really appreciate it. We'll be back next week with some more footage as we carry on our journey.